How's it going, everybody? Hope you've all had a great week. Welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 3 this time. Favorite of many. Might be mine too, as far as the gameplay goes anyway. Even the title screen is really interactive. Look at all the different things we can do. You can change the pattern, the colors. You can speed up the CQC. You can slow down the CQC. You can move the patterns this way, you can move them that way. So all sorts of fun, little pointless stuff. Anyway, let's get into the game. Let's see. I like MGS1, I'll say that. And we're going to go on hard because we're a confident player.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
So like the other games so far, I'll be watching most of the cutscenes, but might skip a few here and there. Some of the codec calls, you know, just the more redundant material generally.
Altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
So we're firmly in the era of monochromatic color schemes beginning in gaming. It's right around here. It's 2003 and 4. So it really started.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
You ever notice he's got the bandana line already there in his hair before he even
Does
gets
his
it?
panty waist know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get
Hey, Troop.
frostbite from
How's it
the
going?
windshield.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate the alarm bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Just in case you forgot. Here's the credit again.
Jack, I've got some important news. The The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested
I'm gonna skip this.
asylum in the West.
We gotta rescue Sokolov. There you go. Saved you 5 minutes. Developing some kind of new weapons technology.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains. Ensure the safety of Sokolov.
Did you watch any of
back
that
to the west.
Red Bull Elden Ring stream yesterday, Troop?
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
Saw a very tiny bit just to
system.
watch the flow gameplay.
With the theory.
Yeah, I'm excited
Take it
for
easy.
Flails. It's pretty sweet.
Combat group.
I watched a little bit of the PvP they
I
had.
think Sokolov is up to it.
It's kind of a,
The shock will be less than during a parachute
kind of a
jump,
mess.
and the arm can handle up to 500
not the game,
pounds.
but the stream.
So you're planning on going
A lot of
overboard
weird
on a
technical
single
problems.
combat talent?
At one point, one of the streamers
She's equipped
he,
with
like,
two
pulled
6-barrel
the
20
internal
millimeter
Discord,
cannons, as well as two 40mm
conversation, I
machine
guess, Bandai Namco and them were
Sounds like
having
you could hold her
into
own
his
against a
like window.
battalion of tanks.
Even
So
with
that
the
was a
fuel
little
in the
bit of a
reserve tank, we're
oops.
facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Just the only bit I saw a conversation was something about, you guys probably shouldn't use Estus. You know, these duels will go on forever. It's pretty funny. Dex weapons. So maybe quality. Nintendo, hey, what's up, buddy? You know me, I'm just parachuting into the jungle. Typical Sunday night. How you doing, pal? Still scoping out those feet? Be curious to go back and check to see if that texture on his helmet there is legible in the PS2 version. If it actually said Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Kinda doubt it. Just go ahead and leave that helmet that says U.S. Army right there in the woods. I'm sure nobody will find that. Blood's weapons seem to have high currency calories. Some they're like 30. Wow. Yeah, I'll probably do Strength Faith. First build. My usual first build in these games.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake.
Yeah,
I'll be
baby.
referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
Oh, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm playing
glad to hear
this in
I
the
don't know if I'd ever order one
PS3
at a restaurant,
HD
Be
collection.
careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major?
And it's hooked up to
What
the
should I call
HDMI
you?
capture card.
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration.
This is what I'm talking about.
unit's specialty.
Leave no trace.
In other
He just
words,
threw a helmet that
weapons
is
and
clearly
equipment
labeled
secure
U.S.
on site.
Army.
That goes for
His
food as well.
parachute, all this other crap he
Completely
had on
naked,
him.
just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No. There's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Portsmouth, New
Yeah,
Hampshire.
about the backpack.
It's about
I'd
2
lost
hours
it in
from
a tree on the way
where I
down.
am right now.
I see. Well, you better
Yes,
go back.
go get your backpack. That's what we got to do. So for those of you who didn't play this in its original release back in the PS2, you were stuck with the traditional overhead MGS camera like this. You can move around a little bit, but as you might imagine, maybe not the best solution considering the more organic and dynamic environment compared to the first two games. The game also ran at back to 30 FPS after the nice 60 of MGS2, but they re-released it and gave us this in addition to some other stuff. Nice 3D camera. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now it's gonna take me a minute here to get reacclimated to this camera because I'm still on those Ninja Gaiden camera controls where it's all inverted. I started playing NG2, and even though that has your standard controls, what you would expect, I played so much NGB that I was like, I had to switch it to the all inverted. So this is gonna mess me up a little. I'm not falling for that one again, Troop. Don't even think about it.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To
Yes.
equip.
This is how you equip weapons. The boss, yes, my old mentor, she's here to give you advice. Yes, it's all very interesting.
Snake.
Try to remember some of the basics of CQC. I won't be skipping them all, don't worry guys. It's just some of these front-loaded tutorial heavy stuff we really don't need to sit through. Seems like we can't disable the compass. What? Yeah, that's weird. I'm sure they'll patch that. Anyway, back to this game. This was quite a stunner in 04. And pretty big graphical upgrade from MGS2. Even if it was at half the frame rate. It's like the density of the jungle is really well executed. It's still pretty linear for the most part. But they do a pretty good job at a convincing jungle environment. I remember the trailer dropped and people were deducing that it was taking place in the 60s pretty quickly. Oh yeah, alligators. Given by some of the more hardcore military guys identifying some of the weapons and all that. So, oh yeah, you must be playing as Big Boss in the 60s. But there was a demo, I think it was in OPM, which I never really read, but I picked up a copy of it just because they had an exclusive demo, one of their magazines, one of their issues, I should say. And it's pretty sweet. There was like an exterior, like sealed baggie. It was like metallic, reflective camouflage. A really cool magazine. sound design is also killer in this. You really got to play this game with headphones sometime if you haven't. Heads up, I don't know anything about Elden Ring. Please, no spoilers. Yes, please. No spoilers for Elden Ring. I saw something earlier that some jerk on a message board posted. That's not really a spoiler, but was like a very obvious allusion to something that if you've played the other games, you probably will know instantly what he was talking about. It's frustrating. I won't say anymore because I don't want to mess it up for anybody else.
Two
But
enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well...
man, it's like really redundant dialogue. But fortunately, that stuff does ease up after the first hour or two of this game. All right, get a proper sneak now. Probably should have gotten in the bush there. Oh well. Need camo? Yeah, we got some. Also, Raiden mask, which we'll see why we have this later. Tiger Stripe, that's the classic camo, and I think MGS3. I think Tiger Stripe. There's a cool prototype video of this out there too. It was like still running with it's like an alpha version basically. It was like the MGS2 Pliskin model sneaking around in some very like basic jungle environments, but has that weird kind of beta vibe that a lot of games back then used to have. Or it's like, even though it's unfinished, it still has this kind of distinct style to it, you know? Yeah, he's got it pre-installed. Business class. Yeah, I think for us, Kings on Steam, we get to preload it in a couple days. Let's drop this guy right in the bush. I'm excited. I mean, I can handle a few more days. I've waited now. I mean, how many years? I can take a few more days. Especially with all the other stuff playing. You know, this, obviously, Ninja Gaiden, Hollow Knight, which I did play some more of, by the way. I cleared out that all dark area. Haven't really touched any Souls stuff since I played Dark Souls 2 on stream, so Elden Ring should be all the fresher. Smile. Hee hee hee. Nick Cage. Not the bears. Get the honey. I haven't seen too much. I've only seen the first area and a couple of the bosses in that first area. The first trailer. I haven't seen that new overview trailer. I'm not going to watch anything else while I'm playing it. I'm really trying to be in as much in the dark as possible, you know? Play as, I've seen the character classes, actually. I'll be playing as the, deprived equivalent, you know? I think that's the way to go. First playthrough. You know, you're only going to get that once. Play it. Find all the gear, you know? Like Diablo style. Arm yourself with whatever you can find. I think that's going to be the way to do it. Hey Alejandro, how's it going? Sometimes the classic camera is worth it just to kind of get a bird's eye view. Oh shit. And unlike MGS2, I'm really going to try and take the stealth more seriously. I'm not going to bomb through it. Just try and clear the virtuous mission with no alerts. Oh, it's too bad, Troop. Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of surprising stuff in there still. Yeah, I'm still in the dark for most of it, so happy about that. Let's move out. Apparently this game didn't sell nearly as well as MGS2, and I wonder if that was because of franchise fatigue or the general kind of critical reception of MGS2. Which would be ironic considering how much more of a straightforward sequel this is compared to that game, you know? It's like your average gamer, this is what they were looking for versus what 2 gave them. But they didn't bother because of what 2 gave them.
Major.
Playing Hollow Knight much? Yeah, I did play some more of it. Not a ton, but I was playing some more. Another hour or 2. Original cover art wasn't as good as 2. No, it wasn't, I agree.
Security is pretty tight.
2 was like one of those initial times, I should say, 2 was one of those rare times where we got like kind of minimalist Japanese type box art. Then 3 is a lot more what you'd expect for a US release. Hey Mouse! Big food, hey, no problem.
Be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Just in time for the good stuff.
Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
These little info cards. It's a really nice touch.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Just a teeny little bit of appreciated interactivity during those radio calls. Alright, let's scope it out. I was playing a bit of Crisis last week too, and what do you know it? Even on my system, I still get some FPS drops. Is that insane? Okay, Crisis. You want to play it in 4K? Your 3080 and your 5900X cannot give you a consistent 60. You'll have it most of the time, but you'll still get drops. The problem is, I guess, some kind of limitation with the way the game's coded. Like it doesn't take advantage of multi-core or like multi-threading, basically, at all with your processor. So it bottlenecks itself pretty hard. But I bring that up because I think that game was the first to do the whole, tag enemies with the binoculars thing. I think. That's kind of a staple now with a lot of the open world type games, for better or for worse. There's even in MGS5. You're like when voice actors talk about game mechanics. Yeah. As long as they're taking it seriously, like it's not being done tongue-in-cheek. Hey, Victor. One of my favorite games. Mine too. Can you gun jump like V in this one? Hey, Hugh. I'm not sure. Gun jump like V. Like in MGS5 or... I don't know. Big shift in the gameplay from here on out in the series for sure. It speeds up a little bit in 5, but 3 and 4 definitely have a slower pace as far as the stealth goes, assuming you are trying to be stealthy. It's like 3 and 4 here definitely allow you to do a lot more of a Rambo style approach if you want, which I'm going to try and avoid. I'll go in guns blazing if I have to, but shoot my way out of the situation, but I'm going to try and be as stealthy as possible. The mouse. Oh, he's a good boy. Gotta watch out for that snake over there. He's not a good boy. Is that great? There it is. Can I open this now, or do I have to wait until... Is it a one-way exit? Yeah, one-way exit, I guess. Playing Lollipop Chainsaw and almost all the dialogue was tongue-in-cheek about how wacky the game was. Yeah, I haven't played it. And V could literally jump on a guards to knock him out of their attempt to radio for help. Yeah, the CQC in that game is super overpowered. It's like a tap of a button. You can chain all these knockouts. Just ridiculous. Alright. Just try and get around the box here. Right on up and into the room. Camo. James Gunn is a hack.
Huh? Who's that?
Close. Oh, shit. He's definitely gonna spot me. Oh shit.
Who was that?
There you go. A little trick for you guys. Definitely intentional what I just did there. Really. No, the gun is literally silenced. They'll hear the bullet or the tranquilizer pinging the wall, so they'll look, you know, as that noise mechanic. And that's obviously very useful. The M9 in these games is so absurdly OP. It's ridiculous.
You must be Sokolov.
You must be
Are
Sokolov.
you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the
Thanks,
Iron
Nintendo.
Curtain.
You're CIA.
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero.
His character models are top notch.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
2004.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word.
He says he's sorry for being late. What could it mean?
We've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before
What
they
could that
rise.
mean? Subsonic rounds, huh? I don't play Sega.
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Atari 2600.
Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West.
The man can shoot thunderbolts out of his hands.
Hawks in the Army and the provincial authorities. Khrushchev has
We
managed
cannot
to
stand for
suppress the
this.
opposition so far, but the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
I was never much of a Call of Duty guy, but the whole zombies thing with JFK and Nixon, I always thought was hilarious.
Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
This is why I skipped that cutscene earlier. So you get all that same information right there.
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly.
Could be Mouse,
They
yeah.
wouldn't need that many
These guys,
soldiers to keep me
this era, they were
inside.
really good at juggling
Their orders were to prevent
poly
Colonel
count
Volgin from
and really
capturing
good
me,
texture work.
even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem.
Like from FF10 to FF12, the FF12 characters have like half the polygons the cast from 10 did, but because the texture work is so on point,
I'm
it's
sure
not really
you
noticeable.
must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
He looks like he's been insulted.
From my mentor.
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Snake's model, it's funny, every time he like grins or smiles, it really, something looks really strange. He was built for scowling. Maybe it's just me.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I managed to get past them.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
I remember one of the designers for MGS4 saying that Snake's mustache in that game had more polygons than the entire character model of Snake in this game. Which is probably a bit of an exaggeration, but given how crazy those character models are, I can't wait to see those again. It may not be far from the truth. This is definitely a great looking game. Still. Some of the textures are a little rough in the environment, but it still works. It all looks good.
Freeze!
What is Sokolov doing with his hands? It's a good question.
This is the legendary boss.
I think it might be something you learned from Ocelot here. The 2 finger points.
We meet at last.
Ocelot does it a lot. Maybe Sokolov picked it up from him.
You're from the Ocelot.
If not that, then I don't know what the hell he's supposed to be doing.
What's a Gru soldier doing here? Soldier? He's the Ocelot commander.
That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
This is precisely the moment where we start entering prequel territory. Star Wars prequel territory.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Obviously, this is a lot better than that, though. You know what I want to say. You know what I want to say. I won't say it, though. One of the only things about this game is a funny croc hat. Oh, there sure is. It's pretty useful, too. A few moments, anyway. Basically an aquatic cardboard box. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for that, Victor. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in that voiceover session. I was trying to say this is really cool, right? Don't get. No, I love it. I love it.
Say it feels good to kill a comrade.
It is cool. It's just some of the stuff
Sokolov,
Kojima
take
started
cover.
doing in these later games, where it's like every single character is another character's father or brother, or looks exactly like them, or has always been a major player in international politics. Like Otacon's dad being
You're not the boss, are you?
Otacon, except, you know, horrible. Oh, man.
Crew operatives?
What is that stance? Huh. That gun.
These
If you're
guards are
not
cool.
the boss, die.
Did anyone play Metal Gear Online back in the day when this came out? The subsistence version? That was actually pretty sweet. That was
Major,
good multiplayer.
leave it. Shoot the other one. Whoa!
The first couple weeks it was out, I was actually in the top 5 of the leaderboards for that. But obviously, once more people started playing it, that quickly changed. Not because I was that great, but I was replaced by the people who actually were. I have to see footage of it. It's sick. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure there's still somebody running a private server for the sequel, the online that was with MGS4, but I don't know about this one. The OG MGO.
Impossible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see
Didn't
what
you?
you're trying to do, but testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's
Recoil.
for technique.
Recoil.
You filthy American dog.
How many syllables can I put at the end of this word?
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
See what I mean? The 2 fingers. You're pretty good. Recoil. Slayer. This next one's called Recoil! Oh, man.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a group.
I'm happy to have
named
seen
Volga,
Slayer a few
group?
times in the last
part
few
of an
years
internal Soviet
before
power
they
struggle, according to Sokolov.
retired.
Something between the KGB and GRU. Between
Great,
Khrushchev
great
supporters
concerts.
and Volgans.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
You know, speaking of Ninja Gaiden, so I've been playing Ninja Gaiden 2, and I think getting close to like wrapping that game up. There's a lot I could say about it, but to keep it mostly on topic, one of the levels has you in New York City, and you actually are running around first Times Square, and then over the George Washington Bridge, just like the intro of MGS2. It's pretty interesting because obviously, maybe that's not the most common location, you know, in a video game, but the environment is extremely similar to, you know, stormy, rainy night. And having just played it, you know, so recently, it's kind of neat to see that. And then you climb the Statue of Liberty, and I was thinking Deus Ex. Anyway, let's go find Sokolov. So that's the virtuous mission. I don't know if you... Does that want to... I guess I technically got an alert, although it didn't really...
Those men were from the Ocelot
He
unit.
spotted me, but I took him out before he could call for
Yes.
backup.
The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
That's what they were making you build.
Yes, the Shagohod. A dreaded behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear
You think
IRBM
Kojima just watched Austin Powers before he came up with that name?
Yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of...
The Shagohod. It's not mine, really.
Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
I'm just like everyone else, man. I put my monocle in, one eye at a time. Yeah, a lot of cutscenes this first hour of the game, but definitely eases up once we start Operation Snake Eater.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
It's the same voice actor as Pearl from SpongeBob, right? I mean, she's a pretty good performance in this game. I'm not gonna make light of that. Oh my god. Yeah, I remember when the design document for this leaked. It was so unbelievable, even for a Metal Gear Solid game. It just seemed crazy. You know, it's like descriptions of like all the bosses. I think it was something for like the casting director. Like it was like one paragraph, or like not even, like a couple of sentences, like synopsises of each character, to try and like give some guidance. It's like a character who controls the bees and shoots the bees out of his mouth. You know.
I have waited long for this.
No way. This isn't real.
We will fight with you once more.
Kojima wouldn't go that far, would he?
Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
Great bosses, though, in this game. I mean, their silly characteristics aside, the actual fights are all great. All unique.
It's raining blood.
Speaking of Slayer.
Is he crying?
Yeah, I'd say this probably has the best bosses in the series. The quality of the fights, they're all really good. Got the difficulty on this playthrough set to hard, you know, for a decent balance and not getting stuck too much. But I definitely recommend anyone who's into this game, try playing it on extreme, because I feel like this is one of the games, it only becomes more and more fun as you increase the difficulty. Really, really cool.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
CQC only. That's the way to do it. I didn't even know you could till a couple years after the game had come out.
These will make a fine gift for me.
You just have to time the
Who is he?
counterattack at the right
One of
time.
your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
Oh.
He's seen my face. We can't let him live.
Volgan's got some really crazy stuff you can do in his fight. We'll show that off when we get there.
If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack?
Man, Volgan really shouldn't have been in MGS5. That was a big mistake, in my opinion. Like a lot of other things in that game, it's one of these things that's introduced and then builds to what feels like nothing.
The new blood has been rejected.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away.
Yeah, Mouse, I agree.
My
Absolutely.
place is with them now.
It is really interesting how the game's development ended up affecting that overall tone. I mean, it's like there's some degree of intentionality to what the story ends up as, or the experience ends up as. You know, it's like more and more war, and it's like each conflict becomes increasingly meaningless. And those are definitely themes the series touches on a lot. And then it literally happens because of the game's unfinished development. So it is interesting, for sure.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just really wanted
Just
a
barely.
Endgame where you had to
Snake,
fight
listen to me. You need
Solid Snake in
emergency
Outer
medical
Heaven,
treatment.
and we're
Can
like
you move?
forced to lose. I thought for sure that that's what we were gonna get, but
Got to get
alas,
those wounds treated. Hang in there.
we did not.
All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major, the boss, she's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries...
Yeah, we know what to do. Yeah, I was just thinking, one of the aspects of MGS4 that's obviously not part of the real story, but the fact that obviously Snake in this game is extremely similar to the Snake we've known up until this point, despite the fact that it's a completely different character. Obviously Solid Snake being a clone, you know, plays into that, but they look very, very similar. They're very similar personalities, although Big Boss here is definitely less cynical, world weary, and all that. But you play MGS4, and although it's Solid Snake you're playing as, and he's older because of the accelerated aging thing, it's... someone could be playing these games, and it could just as conceivably be this Snake you're playing as in MGS4. You know what I mean? It's like the time frame of that almost makes more sense, given his age, than Solid Snake. Anyway, check this out. You guys probably all know about this, but you can see the Sorrow's skeleton right over there, behind that rock. This is apparently where he died. Let's heal up here. Oh god, the sound effect. Oh, man, I'm not too squeamish, but they did an insane job with that. That sound effect is... Oh. I've come close. I've never broken any bones IRL. Which I'm pretty fortunate for. I've had some pretty crazy injuries, but no broken bones, thankfully. But being in a situation where you have to get like a bone reset like that is like, oh god. Really wouldn't want to have to deal with that. I was skating last summer and I took like a full Charlie Brown fall. Broken bone gag. I hit something in the street and full on like Charlie Brown, like 4 feet in the air, sideways, landed on my... There he is again. Elbow and knee, and thought for sure I broke something, but... And it hurt like hell and was all bruised up, but somehow no. Crashed an ATV one time when I was 14. I had literally never ridden one before. Was riding it with 0 gear on while it was like pouring rain on a dangerous mountain trail. Was almost impaled. It's pretty scary. I hit these like big rock dividers on the top of a very steep trail. It's very steep on both sides. And there were all these cut trees on both sides. All these cut logs a few of them were pretty pointy, and I launched off the ATV when I hit these like rock divider things. Went flying through the air, bounced chest first off the ground, and then rolled and landed directly next to one of these spiky tree stumps. Pretty scary. I like the full like Kazuya bruise on my chest from like basically shoulder to hip. This like insane purple bruise across my torso. Pretty wild. He's really excited about these missiles.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
Be curious to see these models without the texture filtering being applied. You can almost see pixels.
What are we going to do with the girl?
But with the filtering, it smooths it out pretty nicely.
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Volgan's not a particularly deep character, but I do enjoy him.
Shall we
You
take
know,
her back to the
just
base?
like your classic over-the-top
should.
villain guy.
We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
The boss kind of fulfills Kojima's typical role of like the morally ambiguous and more complex antagonist.
Won't be me that pulled the trigger.
And the Volgan is just your like old
Be
school
our friend, the American.
angry antagonist guy.
You're going to nuke your fellow
Love to
Russians?
hate kind of deal.
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Classic Bond villain. Yeah. Why would he say remember the Alamo? I've always wondered. What possible relevance or context could that have to anything? Remember the Alamo. Save game. Yes, please. The Alamo, I mean, that was a, it's like Texas-Mexican War, right? Texans got their asses kicked. And it's kind of like a battle cry, you know. It's like Texas, like let's get revenge on Mexico. And they did end up winning, forming the Republic of Texas. But in Volgan's case here, where he's like literally bombing his countrymen to provoke some kind of like false flag international incident, I really don't think there's any relevancy there. This is a great track. Also, more fun stuff. We can move the titles around for some reason. I think this is a better Bond theme than most of the Bond themes of the last 20 years, honestly. This is a really great track. So good, in fact, I'm going to shut up and just turn it up a little bit. And I'll be right back, too.
A tree frog, it's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time,
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze systems shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad.
Back. Hope you guys enjoyed that track as much as I do.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor?
Oh my gosh, I started singing like any Bond theme or Bond movie. I think there's so many. There's bound to be at least one you'll like. Like if you like that theme and this general vibe of this movie, I'd recommend checking out maybe some of the Roger Moore films.
Let's just say neither one of us is going to
For
be
Your
an
Eyes
actual
Only.
hero.
It's pretty similar.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds.
Or
The reason I came to see you today, Jack,
the song from
it's time for Fox
Octopussy.
to clear its name.
What are you talking
That's a
about?
really good one.
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
What kind of
Don't get too
chance?
excited. Here,
Troop.
have a cigar.
Remember Pearl Harbor.
It's Cuban.
Just a picture I gotta post in the meme chat in the Discord. I'll try and remember that for later.
This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
Just want to hear the JFK impression. Oh, right. This is after JFK.
Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin? Of the Brezhnev faction.
These type of cutscenes I'd usually skip, but I think this one is decent. So, let this play
Her
out.
name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
The Boss.
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The Boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the Boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab...
I played a little bit of
military research
whatever the
facility
newest Call of Duty
was
is, the
destroyed
campaign.
by one of
So I
these
got it for
weapons.
free with my
Am I right so far?
graphics card.
Yes, that's correct.
Call of Duty Cold
And
War,
the
I
American
think.
government denies any
Definitely some
involvement in the
influence
event.
from this
Is
game
that
and
right
that
as
game's
well?
campaign.
That's correct.
Obviously not
Not
nearly as
involved in
interesting
any way.
or good, but
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen?
pretty undeniable
It was
influence, I
clearly
think.
in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the Boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence.
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The Boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government.
Yeah, I don't think
1
Khrushchev
week.
lasted
You
too
have
much
only
longer.
1 week, and if it is not
The
too much to
mid-60s,
ask,
right?
do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
Funny how
What
little
if
has
we can't
changed, huh?
prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
Sure, all the
Nuclear
COD Black
attacks
Ops
on the
plots
United
very
States.
goofy. Take your story very seriously.
Leave the
Yeah, like I
disposal
said
of the
earlier, it's
situation
never much of a
entirely
fan.
to your discretion.
I played Modern Warfare 1 and 2
Disposal.
multiplayer a little bit way back in the day when those first came out,
In the beginning
but
of a
never
new
really touched the
world
campaigns.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict,
Checked out
we have
Cold War
recruited American
primarily to
military
just see what my
forces.
graphics card could do,
And
you know?
eliminating the boss ourselves will prove
But the
America's
jingoism is just insane.
Right.
It's like
The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of...
early mission in the game,
You were her last apprentice.
just straight up
Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under.
in a helicopter with a minigun, just decimating like a Vietnamese village, just destroying all these like temples and schools and all this like incredibly horrible stuff.
KGB has
And it
promised
just
to
felt
lend us one
really,
of their
really
communications
awful,
satellites
you
so that
know.
you and I can talk to each other.
Oh,
That's
Kojima's photography hobby lives on, huh?
insiders.
There was a defection in September 1960. You remember it?
You mean the two NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Steamed ham
Precisely.
moment here.
Since then, they've apparently been training
There
with
we
the
go.
KGB.
Now we got our
exactly this
bandana.
kind of situation.
Now the game
Their
can
code
really
names are
begin.
Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Vulcan's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Notice the animation for that radar was actually backwards. Like the trail was going in the wrong direction. I wonder if that's a remaster thing or if it was like that in the original game. Interesting. Yeah, mouse, of course. Same old stuff. Everything on Blue Point. I try not to give him too much, you know. I know I was going off a little bit about the dumb achievement names last time, but you know, these PS3 remasters are pretty solid, no pun intended. The MGS remaster, the God of War, the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, they're all solid, you know. There are no liberties taken. Hey, Spoon. Straight into Popeye. That's
This is Snake.
Deep Space Homer reference,
Loud and
right?
clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time.
I
Rescue
think I was
Soap.
talking about that last time, wasn't I?
Find out what's happened to the Shagger
When the
Hole,
ants break out of
then
the
destroy it.
tank in Zero
And
G.
finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss.
Which one's the queen?
This
I'm the
mission will be
queen.
codenamed
No, you're not.
Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volk.
I'm not a hired killer.
Excellent.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is
We're talking about Bond a few minutes earlier, a few minutes ago.
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear
I think
exchange,
Moonraker is one of the shittier Roger Moore films, but there's a scene extremely similar to that in that movie. To the extent where I almost wonder if the Simpsons
Hold on,
scene
Snake.
is a reference.
I'm changing my code name. It turns out Tom wasn't the most
Roger Moore
conspicuous
going
choice.
full melty face.
Well, the truth is, when I chose my code name, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest.
This
name.
dude,
So what should I
Moonraker is
call
my
you?
favorite. I like the first
You know,
20
let's
minutes
just
of
use Zero.
Moonraker, and I like the ending of Moonraker, but there's a lot of stuff in between.
Major Zero
I
it
don't
is.
know.
We'll start over from square
Like
one.
all the stuff with Jaws in
From
Brazil.
Square Zero. My frequency is 140.85.
My vote for best Roger Moore
I
Bond
almost
is
forgot. Paramedic is
Octopussy,
with us
followed
again on this
by
mission.
Is this
For Your
my
Eyes
last
Only,
chance to-
and then
If
Spy
we
Who Loved
fail,
Me.
she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more
Then
or
probably
less the same
Moonraker. I'd
value.
probably put Moonraker over Man with a
Her
Golden Gun
frequency
and
is the same as during the Virtuous mission.
Live and Let Die.
145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same.
Yeah, okay. It's the Berkowitz, it's like, Star Wars is making huge money. Bond's gotta go to space. Of course, Moonraker's got the one with the gondola and the pigeon doing the double take, though, so maybe it really is the best. I'd watch any of them, though. I mean, I don't think any of those Roger Moore movies are unwatchable. They all have their moments. Actually, no, I'm gonna go waste it on that. Hi. Hello. Got any food? Okay, perhaps. Encray. Hey, welcome, pal. What a game. Oh, yeah. Check out this snake. I want to get a closer look at him. Really nice texture work. I mean, considering how low poly this model is, it's pretty convincing. Unfortunately, we're going to need some food soon, so sorry, pal. I'll take any Roger Moore movie, honestly, over any Daniel Craig movie. I really am not a fan of the dour, like, ultra serious, so we're a very dramatic, serious movie now type stuff these days. James Bond crying in the shower. No thanks. Snakes are low poly as well. Yeah, that's true. It's true. Very economical kind of animal. Mother Nature was like, gotta keep that frame rate.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
She's got such a great character model. I mean, everybody in this game does, but very stylish. While still in the realm of, like, maybe somewhat believable military practical type stuff. Super cool.
Go home.
Yeah, Spoon, I agree. The Casino Royale was alright, but it's just,
You
man.
don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
I don't remember a thing about Quantum of Solace.
Boss.
Skyfall, I think, is really overrated. And Spectre was trash. Spectre is abysmal. Spectre's like, hey, remember the plot twist from Austin Powers 3? What if we did that, but we took it seriously?
There's nothing for you here.
It's a disaster.
Go home. Go back to your boss.
I remember seeing that in the theater,
There's no
my
need
girlfriend.
to prove that you are virtuous here.
And, you know, we were still like, okay, yeah, Skyfall's pretty good. This should be pretty good, too. Well, by pretty good, I mean, I'm speaking relatively here. And by halfway through it, I was, like, leaning over to her. I was like, I don't know about this. Like, this movie kind of sucks. She's like, no, maybe it'll get better. And then, when the credits rolled at the very end there, she just turned over to me and she's like, yeah, that was bad.
That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry.
That scene at the very end where Blofeld is like, he's printed out all the portraits of the antagonists from the other movies and, like, you know, stuck them up in the building they're running through. Come on. This is like fanfic type stuff.
I didn't.
Yeah, I like the bullets tumbling too.
I'm loyal to the end, to my
Sick gun.
purpose. What about you, Jack?
We're talking about if we could have a gun in real life. For, like,
What's
certain
it gonna
guns we would
be?
want. I'll take the
Loyalty
Patriot.
to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet.
Kojima moment right there.
But sooner or later you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive.
Do you get Snake's personal conflict in this story? Do you?
But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive.
That shot would make a great gif. Her pointing and making that squinty face.
If we meet again, I'll kill you.
Not great. Daniel Craig's James Bonds are just regular action movies. Yeah, I agree. You know, they just feel like they're trying to be like Jason Bourne type movies. Glad we can usually all agree on these things.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place?
Excuse me.
There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Right. I think I've recommended it before, but for anybody looking for a newer film that kind of has the vibe of the classic Bonds, I would definitely recommend The Man from U.N.C.L.E. I think it was from... Oh shit! These guys are hauling ass up there, huh? I don't remember them charging up the path so fast. But yeah, Man from U.N.C.L.E. It came out within the last 6-7 years. But obviously there was a TV show from the 60s, appropriately enough, playing this. A TV show from the 60s that was kind of like half serious secret agent stuff, but kind of tongue-in-cheek pastiche. And the movie continues that vibe and setting. You know, it takes place in the 60s. Henry Cavill is one of the main characters. And I really liked it a lot. That's the kind of vibe, maybe a little bit more serious maybe, but that kind of vibe I think would be great for whatever the next Spawn movie is. You know, lighten up a little bit. But I have a feeling that's probably not going to happen. Given by current trends in film casting, we're probably going to get that kid from Dune or something to be the new Bond. You know. He did a fine job. I can't remember his name, but, you know, him, I don't know who his name is. The guy from the new Spider-Man, he's like the Uncharted guy. Talking about messed up casting. He looks like he's about 14 years old, but apparently that's what the people want now, so. Prepubescent teenage-looking guys who look like they would get blown over in a bad wind. Oh yeah, stealth. Getting to the age where recent films can be 6 or 7 years old. It's just because there's so many crap ones now.
Who's that?
I had a feeling I was going to get spotted regardless, so I figured I might as well give myself an opening to get out of here. They want Shannon. It's the effect of media globalization. Oh shit. Let's see if this is sufficient for hiding. Mama said. Okay. MGS3 is the best for no reset runs, especially early on. Yeah, totally. I was talking about this earlier, but 3 and 4 have the best balance of being able to handle situations if you get spotted, you know? It's like, I like playing with game over if spotted sometimes, but the fact that you can kind of manage the situation even after getting spotted in a variety of ways in 3 and 4 is really, really good. That was... You cracked me up. Light up the stogie. I think after dinner, everyone ought to have a cigar. I'm sure everyone here has seen that video, but if you haven't, you gotta look up that vid of Arnold talking about his cigar. It's like somebody interviewing him or something on some like film set in the late 90s. I can smoke my stogie anywhere I want to. I don't have to find a hideout place like you. Blue Point. European Extreme's kind of fun, be robbing yourself half the game. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah, I've done both. It's like the two most fun playthroughs I've had of this game were on European Extreme. One with game over if spotted and one with not. You know, for both reasons. Definitely a really great memory. It's probably like 2011 or so. A friend of mine just hung out and we would play this on European Extreme on Game Over If Discovered. And it was a blast. And we worked together too at the time in a retail spot. And we'd be at work like talking about it, like strategies, you know. I remember we were talking about the Vulcan fight. And our manager was like, overheard us, like, what the hell are you guys talking about? They're like, yeah, in the Vulcan fight, you have to put on the mask that looks like his lover, and he gets confused for a second, and that opens him up for some CQC. Great technique. Base Darny. He's like the most base guy on the planet. Gosh, the theme is very good. Yes, I agree. This whole game soundtrack is really good. Alright. Let's get back in action, baby. Taking away the pistol is nice. You know, not having a ranged silence option for a while is good. Wait for this guy to cross the bridge, take him out. Try and get my legs in the brush there. There we go. So I win all my fights. I pretend to be clever. Baby, can I give you some positive feedback? Baby, can I give you some constructive feedback? I'll get real with you guys for a second. You know, I've mentioned it before, but like June of 2020 now, my God, how time has been flying. I had a very, very long-term relationship end. It's like 9 years. Really, really long relationship. And it was really, really difficult coming out of that, obviously. It's very, very, very hard. And sometimes, you know, there are still things that are hard. But, I'll be honest with you, after a certain point, you reach a point where some of the qualities of the single life really start to feel pretty good. But I come away with it all from a good degree of experience and perspective about future relationships, which is about the best thing you can ask for any time something like that doesn't work out. At least you can look to the future and know more of what to do, what not to do, what it is you're looking for, and what it is you're not looking for. A little bit of advice from me to you while I'm hiding in a bush. Waiting for this guard to get out of here so I can cross this bridge. Taking this time, huh? Alright, let's move. What the? It's got some serious peripheral vision, huh? Yep. It wouldn't hurt. Okay, so let's see. Definitely has perks, but the way women bring tenderness to the man's life so effortless is crazy. Absolutely. And to be clear, I'm not necessarily talking about celibacy, but just not being in a committed relationship. Should get very important. Get that raindrop uniform. But you're right. You definitely are right. I am definitely a lot more of a thoughtful, considerate person post my last relationship in terms of other people. Yeah. Craziest thing, comrade. I'm on patrol, and all of a sudden I hear Bush talking about ex-girlfriend. So maybe you should lay off the vodka. Yeah, I'm going to clear that injury. So I believe the way this works, if you don't heal your injuries, it leaves you ultimately with a small degree of a reduced health bar, right? I don't know. These games always have all these insanely obscure mechanics and hidden little things, so I'm not sure. And that Ninja Gaiden camera is still kind of messing me up here. I don't remember if there are actually any more enemies over here or not. Of course, now this is a really clever bit of control here. This I think is really cool. So obviously you've got analog control on the analog stick, but the D-pad, utilizing that, guaranteed stealth movement. So you don't have to fumble with your degree of input on the sticks. That's a really good bit of design there. Health bar actually gets bigger. Huh. So you shouldn't heal your wounds? This bit of progression I always thought was a little strange. You have to run in this empty room and then exit. And then you get progression. Because you are kind of like dealing with the pain and getting stronger.
Sorry I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent?
Might also see the spotlight, but I don't know.
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots?
Lo.
Answer me. Trapped.
Get down!
Introducing the sound of a motorcycle is killer. It's really well done.
There is your answer.
It's a triumph, I think. I've got a sport bike, but I would like to get a classic kind of rider like that someday. This is ridiculous. R1. What's Snake looking at? Oh, pretty nice. I love that there's a payoff to that later, too. It almost validates it.
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
Oh.
Snake.
It's like,
Snake.
when he like, I won't spoil it for any of you who haven't
Well,
played
I'm
this before.
Are you here to tempt me?
Snake is literally me. Eye contact is important.
What happened to Adam?
It's the first
Colonel
season of
Logan is
Curb
a
Your
very
Enthusiasm.
suspicious man who
You were looking at my breasts. No, I wasn't. You were looking at my breasts. Yes, you were.
Yes.
No, I wasn't.
Because
Why are you wearing that shirt? Well, yeah, I'm sure. You're wearing it if you want people to look at your shoes, right?
I was. 4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
It's funny. I keep bringing up Ninja Gaiden, but playing those Tecmo games, this is absolutely restrained in comparison.
Punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep.
I think MGS4 is probably the pinnacle of Kojima's horny bullshit.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some real creepy
It's a
stuff in that
Chinese
one.
Type 17 pistol. Around
This isn't
here,
too bad.
Even that's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got for you is American made.
.45, huh?
Probably the most beautifully modeled gun of the PS2 generation.
Ramp is polished to a mirror sheen.
I wonder how much time they spent on that.
And the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down.
Creep stuff in MGS4.
And not only that, nearly every part
I'd
of this
say
gun has been extra crafted and customized.
every time you beat one of the Beauty and the Beast bosses, get them like looking like they've been completely oiled up and crawling towards you, and
Where'd you get something like this?
all that. It's pretty excessive. There's quite a bit
To belong to one of your
in there.
officers, and there are more where that came from.
If you pull out the camera in the like post, once you like take them out in their like armored phase, if you pull out the camera, you actually enter like this VR photo environment, and they start like posing and stuff.
Better take this too.
They're like insanely skin tight outfits where you like
disguise to make you
straight
look
up
like a scientist.
pretty much see everything.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe.
I still haven't played MGS4.
He's being
Right.
forced to continue
Yeah.
his work on the Shadow
Well, I'll be getting to that in a few weeks.
At the lab, they've got a whole army of scientists there developing new
If you want to
weapons.
join me for that.
Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Yeah, it's like
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
We'll see, won't we?
I think a thing probably most often seen in
The safest way in is from the rear.
some Japanese media, frankly, so games, anime, and whatnot.
need to head
Where it's
north
like
of
you're
the junction.
simultaneously
You'll come
expected
to
to
a
take these characters seriously, while they're being presented in like the most insanely sexualized way possible.
Descend into that area and
It's
you'll
like,
reach
what are we trying to
Move through the
achieve here?
cave and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After
Oh
the
yeah,
swamp,
Snake, they all
there'll
have
be a
like tragic
warehouse.
backgrounds. They're so tragic.
Make your way through the warehouse.
It's
and
like
you'll
that's
come
why
out
you were
just
just
south
like
of the
zooming
lab.
up on their asses in Labia in the last cutscene, right? Because of how tragic they were, right? Their skin tight suits, which still somehow have like full jiggle physics, because they're so tragic, right?
I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time.
It's
and
very
still keep the gun
juvenile.
Steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight.
Really seriously, characters seriously will fan service happening. I can't do it.
Must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I can't.
I'll be fine.
It's probably my number one complaint with Berserk. You know, I like a lot of aspects of Berserk, but there are points where it's like, what am I supposed to be taking away from this scene?
What about you?
I have to get back. I can't be gone for too long. They'll start to suspect something. Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it?
My orders are to provide you with information, nothing more.
This cutscene's a lot longer than I remember.
All right then. I'll do something special for you.
Victor with that eclipse scene. Yeah, man. I mean, that's probably, the pinnacle of
I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and
conflicted interpretation. It's complex. I mean, the presentation of that in some ways is like,
What's the matter?
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to get too much into that
me to trust me?
during this stream here, but
I don't know if I can trust anybody.
the penultimate moment with Casca and Femto and Guts watching, it's the way that's presented is very kind of hard to decipher what exactly
She's
the
right,
intent is
Snake.
there.
You should get some sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU. Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury. When you're tired or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap. Doctor's orders, okay?
Yeah, okay.
When will the Lost Children arc get its own animation? Probably never. That's a oh my god. Reading through that, there are points where I was like, oh god, I feel like I'm gonna be on some kind of list. Like this is pretty weird. A few points in here. But it's trying to like recognize, it's like, all right, what are the cultural differences I have versus, you know, a Japanese author writing this in terms of depiction of some of these things. It's tricky. It's like a medium not known for its subtlety, you know. It's like it has its moments, and you look at like the bigger picture, it has its moments of like valuable introspection and like really thoughtful, oh, here we go again, thoughtful aspects. But on the other hand, you have things that just seem straight up, you know, like fan servicey. And we were talking about earlier, when these things are being presented simultaneously, it feels like sometimes it's like kind of muddying the waters in terms of what I'm supposed to be taking away from this, or its effectiveness as a scene in general. Oh, great. Oh, it's definitely effective.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot unit.
This is ridiculous.
Hurry.
I'm getting way off
Don't
topic
forget
here.
your gear. Here, give me a hand.
Here's the last thing I want to say about it. With that scene with Casca and the Eclipse, and certain other scenes, I mean, just with Casca alone leading up to that, it's just that if the idea is being presented like this is like a really like tragic, you know, messed up scenario or situation, then why are these characters being presented in a way that seems very conventionally like titillating? You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll keep them busy.
What's that guy's name? Wild or whatever? It's like the last thing that happens before the eclipse. It's like the way even like the corpses of these women are being drawn. They look like pinup models. You know what I mean? And why is that? I don't know. Anyway. Back to gameplay here in MGS3. Gonna take out the Ocelot unit before they continue.
There's nothing here.
Nice.
Where did he go?
And it's one of the rare situations, because, you know, this is pretty scripted, but the guards can't wake each other up. So knocking them out or putting them to sleep with the tranquilizer. Very, very extra effective. I remember this being our major roadblock on European Extreme, though. Pretty brutal. I believe there's one of these guys hiding up on one of the rooftops. I'm telling you guys, the Ninja Gaiden camera controls are still messing me up. Let's get cured. Although maybe I shouldn't, apparently. According to Victor. Just let my body heal it. I'm talking about X's a few minutes ago. Take some advice from mine and just listen to your body. So my stealth here has really gone down the drain. Bug juice, very important. I don't mind if I die. I'd be happy to restart this try and do it stealthy. Souvenirs. Two bullets, two enemies. More than enough to kill anything that moves. I haven't really been checking the bodies, huh? There we go. Oh, check this out. We can listen for him. There's one over there. Try and get a drop on this guy. Sick. That's a really great use of the directional phone. Oh! No, he moved! Oh. Well, that would have been really slick if I pulled it off. First death. Okay. Alright, let's do this for real this time. Rambo style. Almost. I know, it's great. Till it wasn't. Whoops. Didn't quite pull off a headshot on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I didn't fire that many bullets. You can just go Rambo here, but obviously that's not that much fun. Yeah, the guys that were all in there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can throw a stun grenade through that window if you time it correctly. Somehow I know where I am now. What the hell just happened? Yeah, it's wrestling clips. Alright, there we go, for real. If this was MGS5, I would just go like right in the corner here. We'll just do continuous CQC. Like, let's try a stun grenade as soon as they open the door. There you go. Just like that. Controls let me down a little bit there. It's alright. Got this. So here's a little oversight. If you run around with a grenade pin pulled, I think it's this game, you don't actually make any footstep noises. One of these games that works like that. Get the room quickly and hide behind the boxes too. Right. Get to a more advantageous position here. That guy's heading over. Get under here, pop a cap in his ass. Or not. Okay. Now for real. Let's do it.
Move!
Shit. Give me some bullets. No ammo. Okay. A little trickier. There we go. It's the kind of maneuver I'm looking for here. It's funny, there's so much emphasis on the cutscenes in these games, yet the gameplay does have some really cool stuff built in. Come on. Battle arenas are really great, to be fair. It feels great here. Absolutely.
Nothing here.
Come on. Oh, he's on the roof. There he is.
Nothing here.
Alright, let's take the escape hatch over here and move out. Phantasm. Battery. bullets. This game is so cool. Okay, there's my wound healed. Just like Victor said it would. I honestly never knew about that. That's really cool. Get the drop on this guy in the bush over here. Alright, yeah, we're good. Shit. Messed that one up, huh? Two left. Yeah, I really blew it. Alright. Two more. Can't say I'm not a humble man. I fully admit to when I mess up. Snake, come on. Game journalist move right there. Come on now, it's not too bad. Tree stealth. The ultimate technique. Wait for him to empty that clip and reload. So you can just toss a stun grenade too. There we go. So I've noticed in all three, just in case I always use two double exclamation points in text every time. I think that's a characteristic thing. I like that. It's like a signature little detail. I'm a little ashamed by how that all went, to be honest with you guys. That was pretty pathetic. Ugh. Try and pick it up again after this. Anyway, another cutscene here.
For this moment.
I'm gonna take a quick break. Be right back.
That's it. That's the stance. I don't think so. What? A female spy? This bitch is wearing perfume. Stay where you are. I've had enough of your judo.
I see you've got yourself a single-action army.
That's right. There'll be no accidents this time.
You call that an accident? Well, it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been showing off.
What did you say?
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning to auction it off as a collector's item. And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We'll see.
That thing only carries 6 shots. The Makarov carries 8. You have to get a feel for how many you have left. This is a high-class weapon. It's not meant for shooting people.
Damn! This isn't over yet.
Don't.
Why?
He's still young.
You'll regret stopping me. Damn it! I've got to get back before he does.
Snake just said his gun was shooting people. Yeah, I don't know. I think you might have been talking about Ocelot's gun. It's like some kind of trick gun or something. I don't know. It is a little ridiculous. Where is Ocelot again? This knocked out body somewhere around here. You can shoot him at some point. He's like knocked out on the ground. You get a time paradox. That sound? I don't know what that was either. I'm gonna go find out. Hold on a sec. Alright, back. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard it on my end. It's really loud over here, but it's a really strange noise. It was apparently one of my cats smacking my dog in the face is what the noise was. So, there you go. Now that's an angry snake right there. You try and bite. Yeah, this area is really serene. Again, really great sound design. That's what it was, Spoon. The aliens. There's one thing I would change in MGS5 other than the aforementioned ending thing I mentioned earlier. Would be more jungly bits in the Africa section of the game. There's like a very, very small section of that map where you get to enjoy some like nice jungly stuff, but it's tiny. Most of it is just like open Badlands type stuff. The attention to detail, of course, here is very, very high, as it is always in these games. It's a frog swimming around. It's fun just to watch the little 3D animals. Watch out for crocodiles. Catch some big bass. Achievement unlocked! I can totally see you. Thank goodness for that. Let's eat some food. Articulated python, green tree python, coral snake, milk snake, arowana. Let's have some fish. You know, one of the games I almost played the other night on my birthday was Sega Bass Fishing on the Dreamcast. It's a very, I think it was originally an arcade game, but very arcadey fishing game. Really funny. Has that bizarre Ico sense of humor. But I'll play that at some point on stream. Really funny game. Also, something you gotta watch out for here. Leeches. Before we can burn them off with a cigar. Smoke them if you got them. Well done, Snake. Yeah, the alligator hat, somewhere around here. Ooh. Watch out for those crocodiles. They're hungry. Hungry for snakes. Another instance where, just like Die Hard, the button pulling is pretty liberating. Let's burn off some more leeches. There we go. Snake, there's a rope in front of you.
Snake, are you there?
Eva,
Did you miss me?
did you make it without any trouble?
No one saw me.
Behind you near the
So
middle-ish.
you're back with Vulcan.
I'll dive back
No
in.
matter of speaking.
What about the boss?
Yeah, she's here too.
Better be careful.
Thanks, I will. The boss and I get along pretty well, though. I guess we traders have a lot in common.
Why would anyone want to defect? Betraying your country like that, I just don't get it.
Are you talking about the boss?
Why do you do it? Weren't you born and raised in America?
Yes, in a small rural town. I never even knew there were other countries, other cultures, other ways of thinking. Until I went to work for the NSA. And one day, I'd found I'd lost faith in the things I'd been taking for granted.
What did you see? What was it that made you want to change sides?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
I saw the universe.
The universe?
Not the actual universe. The universe as the intelligence community sees it. I realized that the gravity in this universe was holding me back. That's all. People and countries are both changed by their environment. And by the times.
That sounds like what the boss was saying.
There's a world of difference between this country and America. But it's only a difference of position, a difference of perspective. Coming here made me realize something. Half of what I'd been told was a complete and utter lie.
Universe.
The other half was a conveniently constructed lie.
Where's the truth then?
It's hidden in the lies.
Are you lying too?
Who knows? I've been trained to make even the most severe falsehood sound like the honest truth. Weren't you?
No. I believe because I have to, even if it is a lie. That's part of my mission.
I'll have to remember that. If you need me, give me a call on the radio. My frequency is 142.52. See ya.
See you later. Talk to you later, babe. I gotta go find a crocodile hat. No, I think it's... You have to, like, swim through a tunnel and then walk over a tight rope or something to get the croc hat. I'll find it. See you later, crocodile. That's okay. It's even funnier that way. Oh. No. Floating near the top, spinning around. Okay. I said the items, I think it moved around on different difficulties. Let's see. Are you sure you weren't just seeing a crocodile? Or a fish? If you come in contact with the front of a crocodile while you're in the water, I'm pretty sure that's an instant kill. Hard enough for me to see. I can't imagine with the YouTube compression that stuff's too visible for you guys down here. Wait a sec. Climb one of these. I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure that's it right there. Now the question is... Climb up one of these trees. I don't remember which one. So we can start with that one over there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they make you go out of your way to grab it. I don't know. Yes. Yeah, you can see there's a few of them, actually. So we might have to... Yeah, that's the one we have to climb over there. So we have to get over to that tree. We start there. Swim under this. Eat some food because we're getting hungry. Tasty. Snake eater. You ate a snake. Snake eater. Yeah. And so it begins. Yeah, we're not just gonna give you the crocodile hat. You gotta earn it. No! Arrgh. I clapped! I clapped because I got the reference! I clapped! I knew the thing! I clapped! They imported some of that vamp water. Very, very hard to move through while walking, apparently. Okay. Try again, snake. No! The controls are very... Oh, no! Very demanding there. Also, the frame rate is tanking. I clapped because I know Star Wars. Oh, these leeches. Stand by me all over again. How could any loving God exist in a world where there are things like leeches and ticks, parasites? Ugh. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to eat some food, and then we're going to go across this hanging style. That's tasty. That's tasty. The whole eating mechanic in this game is much more fleshed out than you might imagine, too. It's pretty crazy. Oh shit, we might not have the stamina. Let's see. You gotta drop down and then continue crawling. Yeah, there we go. Look at that crocodile down there. Come on down, baby. The water's fine. I'm sure the parasites are happy to be alive. Croc cap! Bingo! Equip the potassium now. Magazine. The most OP item in the game, maybe. Are you ready? Yes! Oh yes! Oh yes! Yeah, now we're styling. Oh yeah. Even comes across in the first person view. Everything you'd ever want. Now we gotta get out of here without getting killed. Yeah, there are a few points here where we can straight up trick enemies by wearing that thing. Equip to wear. Good looks don't come easy. Ain't that the truth? So I think we'll play this up until Ocelot boss fight. I'd probably call it. That cave is a showstopper. Does it show up in cutscenes? I don't remember. Maybe. I'm going to take the crop cap off for now because we are entering enemy territory again. The dogs are introduced. With some other soldiers, of course. Some claymores. Now, just like the first two games, all you gotta do is crawl over the claymores and you'll pick them up for your own usage. And these things can really come in handy. Really nice items. I do wish this game was a little less monochromatic at certain points. I mean, we're crawling through a jungle right now, and this color scheme is pretty muddy. So I really don't want to kill any dogs here. Even if they are sweating profusely or whatever is going on with them. So we're just going to trank them. It's like the dogs, they're not a part of this for any kind of ideological reason. They're just trained for doggy treats. The overall sepia makes it very recognizable, though. That's true. Aiko as a visual influence. I hadn't heard that before. The dogs do wake up pretty fast from the tranquilizers. The sound design is so good. This is the first time I've ever played this game with headphones, and it is very nice. There's one guy there, another guy behind the tree. If I dome this guy, I wonder if his friend will notice. Seeing things. Alright, let me try and redeem myself in terms of stealth after that abysmal Ocelot unit fight. Ida obsessed fanboy. Me too, man. Yeah, I know about the Demon Souls reference for sure. I've said this a few times, but Miyazaki was really clear about that being the game that pushed him over the edge in terms of wanting to get into game development. I think about Eco and Demon Souls pretty often. I really hope someday From makes another... It's like, I don't want him to just make Demon Souls again, but that intersection of realistically like grounded medieval setting with the demonic element, like this otherworldly presence, is so captivating for me. It's still my favorite setting out of any of their games. And as their later titles have gotten more and more like fantastical, like I still enjoy that a lot, but I think it's so effective in Demon Souls. This is one of the best stages in the game right here, this map. There's so much we can do. This map in itself could have constituted a demo. My god. So scouts some stuff out here. One guard over there on a mounted machine gun. Patrol. There are a few things we can do here that will affect some later content when we're sneaking across the mountain. We can not only take out supplies, but that helicopter that is right over there. If we take this helicopter out now, we won't have to worry about it later on the mountain. Yeah, send it over. I mean, anything Demon Souls, I'm always down. It's funny how many of the early levels can be vertical slices of the entire game. Yeah, exactly. And we do have a silencer for the M19 as well. That PS2 and... Oh, shit. The PS2 and PS3 controller. There is some degree of analog input on the D-pad, which lets you do these extremely minute movements that I'm doing here. But yeah, back to Demon Souls. I agree. There's nothing else like it. That's the thing. I mean, there's nothing like any of the other Souls games either, but it's like the combination of extremely grounded, like historically accurate, for the most part, medieval setting with the encroaching demonic element is just incredibly good. I said this a few times in those Demon Souls videos, but oh my god. Die. The mundane aspect, and even then, it's not mundane, you know? It's like the walls of Boletaria are extremely intimidating, these overpowering huge walls. But even then, you know, it's still somewhat believable in terms of like human construction. Oh god, the backups arrived. I could probably throw a grenade over there, but maybe that wouldn't be the best idea. Say though, the semi-believable human environments where you start to see the more and more fantastical stuff like the Tower of Latria. You know, the second part of Tower of Latria. The later parts of the Valley of Defilement. It's so good. Just because of the escalation. When you come out of the gate, we're like, yes, this is a fantasy realm where anything is possible. That's all well and good. But when you escalate it, where it's like, it makes the demon stuff seem even more oppressive and otherworldly. It's probably my favorite game setting. It's just so well done. I want the C4 TNT. Okay, that'll do. Yeah. I want to blow the chopper. There's another one of these buildings that's like food supply. You can blow that one up too. And then you get the guards complaining about being hungry a couple stages later from here. Yeah, I'm going to blow up the chopper. Plant some TNT. Hey, I got to equip it. Unequip the knife, and what else? I'll just put the TNT on for now. There we go. Make sure I grab any more goodies before I hit the detonator on that. Shit, I should have left some TNT for that. I think all the guards are down, but I'm gonna wait to blow that up before I hit that. Blow this joint. What the hell just happened? What's up with this guy? Looks like he's got some pretty big problems. Yeah, you're gonna have bigger problems than that in a second, buddy. Alright, there we go. That chopper's history. Nice. Alright, let's get out of here. Now that's what I'm talking about in terms of stealth. Excellent. You ever take a close look at the bonfires in Demon Souls, the Dream Eating Taper? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I have. And you're right, it is hard to see them on a PS3. Highly recommend everyone with the capability to do so play Demon Souls on RPCS3. Higher resolutions. It is absolutely incredible. Also, check out Otogi on Xbox. Ow.
I hate to disappoint the Cobras, but you're mine now. All of you, leave us.
Bluepoint turned that into a flaming rock.
It's just you and me.
It's so depressing.
Ocelots are proud creatures. They prefer to hunt alone.
Told you guys the story that the graphic designer for Bluepoint had a little conversation with on YouTube, and he deleted his comments afterwards. That was cool. You know, as if there wasn't enough proof already that they didn't have a clue.
12 shots. This time I've got 12.
More polygons! It's better! Oh yeah. Morricone moment.
Okay. Draw.
One of many great boss fights. I want my Trank armor though, so I can get that ridiculous Ocelot camo.
Excellent. My hat. I'll back you up. Hold your fire.
Not really any use in using the tranquilizer silencer here.
Not bad.
Like the rest of the MGS bosses though, Ocelot has quite a bit of invulnerability frames. So once you land a shot, get out of the way before he hits you with the retaliatory.
You won't get away from me.
Bluepoint made their own game that looked like Lords of Fallen. Well, that's pretty much what their Demon Souls remake looked like, so yeah, absolutely.
Not bad. I've never felt a tension like this before. That's so different from simply changing a clip. This reload time is exhilarating.
Triple exclamation points there. True. Oh, this is fun. What? You didn't even give me a shot. Duel. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, of course I did. No, I did a lot of research for those Demon Souls videos, and it was very depressing.
Felt the tension like this before. That's so different from simply changing a clip.
I just don't understand how people getting paid to make such an important game could mess up so badly. Shoot the bee's nest. Will do, partner.
Get away
Did you really say that? That's great. Too easy. Ocelot, your crew is a lot tougher than you are.
Damn it. He found us.
That's amazing. Ooh. Not the bees! We hide behind the tree here. The bees! They wouldn't think to look back here. It's ridiculous. Here we are in the caves. Interesting part of the game. We got our Ocelot outfit though. Ninja Scroll Beast. I haven't seen that since I was like 13. I don't remember a thing. Although I do still have the VHS. I have the VHS of Ninja Scroll and Fist of the North Star. Isn't that wild? I could figure out a way to maybe rip those. Maybe we'll watch that. Do our Discord movie nights VHS rips. Unfortunately, I do not have the thermal goggles. So this part's always a little bit of a pain in the ass. This is probably going to be indecipherable. I can barely see this on my TV. I can't imagine this is going to be super visible for you guys via YouTube compression. There's the torch though. Torch. Can see things. There we go. So I said I would end it at the Ocelot fight, but maybe we'll take out the fear. There's a lot of goodies and a lot of things you can explore in this cave, but I don't want to spend too much time in here. It's kind of like a extended redo of the cave in MGS1, but obviously quite a bit longer. You can get through it pretty quickly if you remember where you're going, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't, but we'll see how fast I can move through this. Froggy, you're a good boy. Take a peek at the map. Yes. There we go. Night vision goggles. Picked up a spare battery along the way, right? Oh shit, I need some stamina. Let's eat. Studying this game is definitely a nice change of pace from the oil rigs and industrial places the last two. Yeah, absolutely. Supposedly Harry Gregson Williams, the, Mr. Hollywood composer guy who did a bunch of the cutscene soundtracks in MGS2, he was approached again for doing MGS3. Apparently, he said, the only way I'll do it is if you do a jungle setting for the third one. But, I doubt he was the true impetus for that creative decision. Either way, yes, definitely nice to have the jungle setting. I really like it a lot. Even though we're supposedly somewhere in Russia, the jungles of Russia, that's fine. Also, another little Kojima-ism. The longer you spend down here in the darkness, the more Snake's eyes adjust. So it does actually become easier to naturally see. Just wire running around without any kind of additional equipment. And again, the sound design is really, really killer. I think we want to go down here. Right? All the little animals I really like a lot. The fact that they all have these animations. Another great attention to detail. Hey, we're doing pretty good. I mean, good time in the cave. So there's two halves. We are getting there. The shotgun, yes. I think Kojima said he's a huge Rockstar fan, so I wonder what he thought of RDR2. Yeah, I still haven't played that. I haven't finished RDR1. I got kind of burnt out on all the Bonnie missions in the beginning. So let's go rattle some wild horses. Or the, like, fraudster, miracle cure tonic guy. I was gonna pick up RDR2 online, just like the standalone component, but then I saw that there was like some really bad hacking stuff going on PC, so I didn't bother with that either. You can tell we're already getting better vision here. Wow. That was, without a doubt, the fastest I have ever gotten through these caves. Easily. Out of my many, many playthroughs, I've never gone through the cave that fast.
I caught you at last. We are the sons of the boss. I am the pain.
This little dance.
I will guide you to a world of anguish beyond your imagination.
Should we take out this guy lethally or non-lethally? You guys choose. The only difference is whether or not we get his camo, basically. Pull out my AK. Regardless. Yeah, thank God he pushed us in the area of water. Pacifist. Okay. You got it.
Grenade!
Lethally, he is a weirdo. Well, he kills. They all kill themselves either way. So I'm gonna go non-lethal so I can get his ammo. He is a weirdo. I love that. He is definitely a weirdo. Hey, we've all got problems. We all grew up with challenges. In this guy's case, it happened to be these. What? Come on.
Get back up here.
Come on.
Tommy God.
Let me pull the bullet bee out of my face. Oh wait, that's my burn. There we go. Some of the Russian rations. Terrible. Another fun little detail. If you eat enough of a food that Snake doesn't like, eventually he gets used to it, and it doesn't bother him as much. No, too soon. There we go.
Is that all you've got?
Damn.
You the taste of real pain.
Definitely a little harder to go non-lethal. We'll do it. Just gotta knock the bees off him. Mouse to go. See you later. Hey, take care, Mouse. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be wrapping up after this fight, but not before. Need some more M9 ammo. There we go. Come on.
Is that all you've got?
Show yourself.
You the taste of real pain.
What the hell? Gotta get the bees off him. Come on. It's gonna take a while, not lethally. FYI. Shotgun. Alright, let's try that. There we go. Yes, the grenades are definitely very effective. There we go. Be a pain. If you know the strats, you can take him out real quick. Pain definitely has a lot of HP. He's always had a bit of a longer fight for me.
Hey! Grenade! It's useless. Grenade!
There we go. Yes. Oh? Just phase 2. He's gotta do his anime moves first. Oh, look at me. The bullet bees. The bullet bees will mess you up really quick. We gotta watch out for those. Snake's swimming speed, pretty admirable, huh? Oh yeah.
Come out and play.
Oh, look at the damage. I really don't want to die here. He got me right in the face. Look at this. Snake's got a bee implanted directly in the side of his head there. Look at the size of that thing. Eating away at the inside of the body. Can't be having that. Let's use... Where's that life medicine? There we go. Closest thing to an actual ration in this game. There you go. Oh my god. Tough boss. I think he's one of the tougher of the Cobra unit. He's, I think the only one comparable is the Fury in terms of length of the fight and how fast he can actually kill you. Also, the Metal Gear bosses all have that huge cooldown. Massive invulnerability for him. Also, the fact that I'm doing it non-lethally, of course, it's definitely making this take quite a bit longer. But we do get the slick camo and the bragging rights. Almost got him, guys. Damn it. Speedrun strats are pretty impressive in this fight. Yeah, I'd imagine. This is slow, non-lethal. He's got so much stamina health, it's unreal. I mean, I've been fighting now for like 20 minutes. This is crazy. Oh. Three shotgun blasts to clear the bees.
Come out and play.
Oh my god. Really, but if we got a fantasy looking journal thing, might use it when playing EOR to take lore notes stuff. That's a great idea. How do you feel about MGS5? I think it's a really fun game to play. I don't think it's as engaging story-wise as some of the older titles, but it's not like a complete package type experience for me. But I do enjoy playing it a lot. I mean, as far as the gameplay goes, it's, I think, easily... Oh my god. The most fun MGS. Oh no! No. Okay. Lethally it is. Sorry, Spoon, but I can't sit through that again non-lethal. That's such bullshit. No, don't worry. I'm gonna do this lethally. You guys are gonna see how much faster this is. This is fucked. Yeah, if you run out of oxygen down there, you drain life super fast. I mean, look at that. Look at the difference of health. If we had some kind of tranquilizer, assault rifle, or shotgun, things might be going a little differently there. Can't say I didn't try. See? Done. How fast was that? It's like 2 minutes versus 25. Excellent. Pain relief. Get it?
The pain. The pain.
And remember, he would have exploded either way. All these bosses explode regardless of how you take them out. Non-lethal without headshots, such a hurdle. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, we don't get the camo, but it's all good. So let me save here. This has been 3.5 hours. For your guys' sake alone, I think this is probably time to call it. Save here. We'll resume next time. Let me ask you guys something. Would you prefer, and be completely honest, would you prefer shorter streams, or like, are these 3-hour ones good? I mean...
Hey Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla King of Monsters?
No problem either way.
What is it?
Would you prefer more frequent shorter streams, or these kind of
It's about this monster
bi-weekly
called Godzilla, who
longer
grows to an
ones?
enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
What?
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Stuff probably not be around too much when it releases. Speak for the both of us, buddy.
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making
I'll still be
Godzilla
doing
movies then?
all my regular stuff, but
course.
yeah, I'll
Everybody
definitely
loves
play a lot of
Godzilla.
ER.
You sure
I
know
don't
a
mind
lot about
either.
movies.
I don't suppose
Alrighty.
you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your
Kind of
life.
surprised this one went
It's
on
always
this
good to be
long,
able
to
to
be
look
honest
at
with you
things
guys. I
from a
was
different
very,
perspective
very
from the
tired.
jam. That's the
I
magic of
started,
movies.
but
No kidding.
so I just got
I guess it might at least make a nice
second
distraction.
wind.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
But yeah, that'll do it for tonight. So let's see. Wednesday night, be back again with something else, another stream. And then on our Fridays, as usual, we'll be having our movie streams. I'll take a break from playing Elden Ring all day on Friday to do a little movie. I'll be back to it. So the schedule won't be interrupted. I would like to get out some more videos in the next 30 days. I've been slacking, to be honest with you guys, when it comes to the YouTube channel and the, you know, the videos. I do want to try and, you know, I don't, like I've said before, I don't want to just churn out stuff that I'm not interested in just for like the sake of like regular content, but there are definitely a few things I could, a few projects I started that I could finish up, that I could put out. So I'll be on the lookout for that. Anyway, that'll do it for tonight. Metal Gear Solid 3. Great game. Again, I'm very embarrassed by how that Ocelot unit fight went earlier, but I think I've been doing okay for the rest of it. Yes. January, February is a slack month for YouTubers, don't worry. That's the thing. I don't consider myself like... YouTube's not my thing, you know what I mean? Like, I have lots of projects and hobbies and stuff and all these different things I do. And putting out regular YouTube content, you know, making it some kind of like quasi-career or income thing, that's not really my goal. You know, I'd much rather just have it, you know, happen naturally, do the streams, do videos that I'm interested in, and if they're successful, great. And if not, you know, that's fine. You know, that's not to say I don't love doing the streams and hanging out with you guys, because I absolutely do. But in terms of like making like huge video essays and doing all sorts of research and whatnot, you know, I do put a lot of work into the videos, and you know, I want it to be really good. Just use that excuse. Okay, fair enough. Well, anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you guys as always for joining me. It's always a treat, always a pleasure. But yeah, like I said, I'll be back Wednesday. Come join the Discord, hang out for some fun stuff, good conversation and memes, and movie streams every Friday night at 5 p.m. Eastern. And I will see you then. And if not, I'll catch you in the lands between, because wouldn't you know it, Elden Ring is so close. But in any case, whenever I see you, happy trails, everybody, and adios. Good night.